Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for comments you made in the opening statement where you talked about how this committee is not ignoring energy issues and how we are going to pay attention to those. Mr. Chairman, this amendment gives this committee an opportunity to do just that. You know, it's incredible to me to look at what's happening with energy cost and how this is having such a profound impact on every single American. When you add up the cost of increased energy and you add that to inflation cost, which of course energy is the largest driver, there are statistics showing that the average American is spending $5,000 a year more than they were last year. And of course, real wages have gone down, not up, as a result of these policies. Mr. Chairman, this is a direct result of policies by the Biden administration that are causing higher prices. Let me give you an example. In the budget that the Biden administration submitted last year for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, there was a provision in the budget that explicitly said that no project would be funded that would result in decreased cost of consumption of oil and gas. Let me say that again. There was a provision in President Biden's budget that was submitted to Congress that said, we will not fund any project that decreases or would result in decreasing the cost of consumption of oil and gas in the United States. Let me say it again. I said this last week, I'll say it again. Boy, did you do it. You succeeded. We have the highest energy prices we've ever seen. I saw some posters up there earlier, over $5 a gallon. But Mr. Chairman, it's more than that, because people can't afford new vehicles. They can't afford to maintain their vehicles because of what this administration is doing to them. So the AAA, just last month, came out and said there was a 30%, just last month, a 30% increase in roadside assistance calls because people can't even afford to keep up with their cars. Now, this committee has not done a single thing, nothing on energy prices whenever upstream energy is our jurisdiction. We're all about production. At this point during the Obama administration, there had been 50 lease sales, 50 lease sales. I never thought I'd say this. Gosh, I wish President Obama were still here. We have had zero. What is a lease sale? A lease sale is offering public lands and waters for energy production. At this same time, what's happened? We're going to Venezuela, to Iran, and to Saudi Arabia asking them to give us energy while we're blocking Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Ohio, Pennsylvania. We're blocking these other states that have energy resources from producing. Mr. Chairman, who is it that we're representing? We're talking about a bill on big cats right now. Seriously, that's what this bill is. It's about big cats.
Oh,
now, let me tell you what this committee's jurisdiction is. One of the areas of jurisdiction. We have jurisdiction over National Marine Fisheries Service. Guess why there are hundreds of thousands of barrels a day of domestically produced energy that are being held up, that are already leased, that are already permitted? Guess why, Mr. Chairman? It's because National Marine Fisheries Service has acknowledged they have an error in their LOA process, and they're holding up over a dozen approvals for LOAs that could allow for hundreds of thousands of barrels a day of domestically produced American energy, American jobs, American economic activity, could allow that to be produced. And how many hearings have we had on that? Zero. Yet we had 70-something members of Congress write a letter and say, you've got to fix this. So I'm going to say that again. Within our committee's jurisdiction, hundreds of thousands of barrels a day that we're just sitting here just waiting on approval, but National Marine Fisheries Service has acknowledged it's their error in their modeling system, and instead of just taking weeks for an LOA approval, which is historically what's happened under Republican and Democrat administrations, everything's frozen and been frozen for months and months and months. There are areas where we need to focus.